You know, I was actually going to let this play out. Hello, by the way, but I don't think we're going to let that play out. This is the third time I've done this game on this channel. Also, it's really old, so you've probably already seen that, but that's the intro video. Anyway, this is the PC version, the Steam version of Final Fantasy IX. It is a port of the mobile version of Final Fantasy IX, as one might expect. It has some nice features. For instance, it has the, features that I'm going to be using in this playthrough is the auto battle, so it'll just spam out attacks until everything's dead. It also has the ability to speed up the game as well as remove random encounters from the game. Not scripted encounters, just random encounters. It's got a bunch of other stuff too, but I will not be using those. You can max HP, MP, trance, you can do 10k damage with every hit, etc, etc, and then, you know, max level and stuff like that, but we won't be using those. This is the third time I've played it. Does that mean I know everything? No. In fact, that probably means I'm going to forget a whole bunch of stuff because I'm going to imagine I've already done it. But anyway, this probably won't be 100%. I'll try and do a bunch of stuff, but there's no guarantees. Also, whilst the game does look nice in some instances, the backgrounds are the default resolution, which really kind of sucks. FMVs look nice, character models look nice. The audio in the game is, for some reason, very compressed, which maybe they had to do that for the mobile version, I guess. I don't know, and they just ported that over, but the audio in the game is not as good as the original audio, which is not good, unfortunately, but there's nothing I can do about that because I don't know how to mod the game. At some point, I might be using a mod for the game, which allows faster frame rate in battle. It's 24 instead of 12. It's an old game, everything runs weird frame rates, which is very nice because everything's tied to the frame rate, etc, but it breaks a lot of things because it's not updated for the latest patch, so I'm not using that right now, but I probably will in the future, just as a heads up. Anyway, let's get this started, shall we? And it dumps us straight into the game. Hooray! Also, 'tis dark. So these are the controls. I'm going to be using the keyboard controls for reasons. I'm going to entirely forget most of these controls a lot, unfortunately. So just, you know, bear that in mind while I forget how to do things in the game. I do apologize, but I will be using the keyboard controls. You can also use a mouse. Here's my mouse. Woo, mouse. Let's move that away. I won't be using that very much, but it is a thing you can do if you want. And then we will... Actually, I keep forgetting it resets my mouse to the middle of the screen constantly. We can walk around, we can open up the menu. Here's the mouse control on the menu. It is a touchscreen based game, so that is a thing. We're gonna go in here and we're gonna change to... You can customize your controls too. We're gonna change to skip battle camera because I don't care, movement to run, field message to really fast, and we're gonna leave our battle speed at that. I could put classic window color. You guys want classic or normal window color? Classic's higher contrast. It's a little easier to read. I'm gonna run it on classic for now, but you can let me know if you want classic or not. That's not what I meant to open. I meant to go back. There we go. One of these days I'll remember how these buttons work, but probably not anytime soon. I can also walk around like that, but WASD. Anyway. We can light the candle in the middle of the room, but I don't care. I'm gonna go over here, interact with this thing, because we get some gil. Potion. I don't actually remember where all the items are, by the way, just as a heads up. 8,235 tonnages. Port of Registry, Lindblom. A little bit of background on our vessel here, if you so desire. Is that all the loot? It appears to be all the loot. Alright, you can do this later, I think, can you? You might be able to do it later, I'm not entirely sure, but go ahead and light the candle in the room. They're very bright candles for some reason, so we can name ourselves. I'm going to stick to the default character names, but you also get a little bit of information on them, in case you ever wanted to know everyone's dominant hand for whatever reason. It's a me, Zidane. Here's our crew doing their thing. And our boss ain't here. Oh look, it's a dragon. That's actually our boss, but it's a dragon. Roar, etc, etc. I think I'm supposed to steal from like everything because it's Final Fantasy IX and that's how this works, unfortunately. So I guess that's the thing. I told you to skip the battle camera. Why are you not skipping the battle camera? Here's your tutorial on combat, do-do-do. You can also click on characters if you so desire. Also didn't save my settings, did it? Where's my steel at? Oh, there it is, right there. So because this is Final Fantasy IX, the freaking steal rates are atrocious, unfortunately. But the items you get from stealing are amazing, so... We have, unfortunately, are gonna have to sit here and do this, and unless I've already got the item and I missed it, but I don't think I did. He does actually do a fair amount of damage, and he usually kills Sina, because Sina's garbage. You'll get used to Sina being garbage pretty quickly. Restore the wrist. I think he has a Mage Killer Dagger or something for Zidane, which is like crazy good for this early in the game. Again, unfortunately, the freaking steal rate is atrocious. I'm pretty sure he has that dagger. And Sina amazingly didn't die in one hit, which is quite the accomplishment. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go to doesn't have anything to steal when he doesn't have an item, but I could be mistaken and he just gives you a wrist, I don't know. We'll go for a little bit longer. I could also fast forward it since we're just stealing stuff via that button. Doesn't change the music, thankfully. Oh, he doesn't have anything now, does he? Doesn't have anything, yeah. So we got the item, and I missed it because I wasn't paying attention. There's also auto battle, which is this, if you're curious. It just does attacks automatically. It's quite nice, actually. I'll be using it a lot in off-camera random encounters. Use a potion to restore HP. I don't care, masked man. Hey, fools. He's gonna laugh at Cena because he's garbage. Cena usually always dies in these fights, especially if you're stealing. Because he seems to have like negative 40 defense or something. I'm not entirely sure, but he takes a ton of damage from everything. Thankfully, he's not vital to anything at all. But anyway, here's the story that was going on at the moment. Unfortunately, that castle is part of the background, so it doesn't look nearly as good as the character models, but you know. Listen up. He pulls a model of the ship out of his back pocket somehow. Don't ask questions. That's when I kidnapped Queen Braun, right? You can actually say this I think 3 times, and he'll say something different for dialogue. Right there. That's all the dialogue you get from that. But instead, we're actually going to kidnap the Babylicious Beauty, apparently. It's a thing, I guess. Meanwhile, in an entirely different location, we have everyone's favorite character. These videos look so nice compared to the original. They still run at an awful frame rate, but that's the frame rate they were rendered in, or made for. But they look so nice. They're so crisp. Too bad the in-game backgrounds don't look that nice. That'd be crazy. I'd be so happy with the game. To be honest, I'm happy it's on PC. I wish audio was fixed, but there's gonna be people who mod in at least some of this stuff. Also, this is gonna be a noticeable problem a lot when they have those like, I don't know what to call them, in-game cinematic stuff, like what just happened there. All of the people, apart from the main characters, are part of the actual like scene, so they have the same terrible quality that the rest of the background does, unfortunately. So we're gonna go adventuring before we wander off, just because we can, mostly. Darling, I'm home. Apparently he's not allowed in the house when she's busy or something, I don't know. You got any stuff I can steal? You do have stuff I can steal. By God. A card. I'll probably mess around with the card stuff a little bit, but not particularly too much. Don't know why that pattern is making Vivi dizzy, but it is. Also, spoilers, this is Vivi. I don't want to interact with that again. I'm just gonna fall over constantly, stop that. And it just has a huge box to interact with it, that's fair enough. This freaking rat kid. You chased me down, man, that's not fair. He shows up once if you hang out here too long. I apparently could play you at cards. I only have 1 card though, so that doesn't do me any good. I'm glad that icon shows up actually. Did it do that in the original version of this? I don't think it did. We get a bunch of cards in a second here anyway, so. Toot. Strange hippo person. Never really understood these strange hippo-based people, but hey, apparently you can play him at cards too, or she, or it, whatever, her. I don't know what it is. Strange creature. Hello, I can play you with cards. I can play you with cards. Apparently I can just play everybody. I don't think you can actually do much in, in most of these places until after the show. I found 27 gil on the floor. My god, I'm rich. Apparently there's more over here. A flying card. So we've already got 2 cards, and I hadn't even got to the part in the game where it actually gives you the cards. This says something. It says tavern, I can read it. Original cocktail, Her Majesty. Yes, child, do you want a cocktail? I can help you with that. Hello. Head straight for the ticket booth. Which is actually the only place we can take. Well, it's not, you can bypass it, but it's a place you should probably go, because it's like right there. Yeah, Mage Masher, that's what it's called. And apparently a wrist. I don't want to buy anything, go back. Figure out the controls a little more consistently eventually, trust me. It'll take ages, but I can do it. All of this gil I'm picking up is basically worthless, I'm just gonna be honest. 38 gil is not a whole lot of gil. Here's the jump rope thing, I'm not doing the jump rope thing. There's an achievement and I think an item for 1,000 jump rope jumps, I guess. Consecutively, once you fail you have to start at 1 again. I believe you start at 1 again. Either way it takes ages and I suck at it, so... Also there's a fish man here. Jeez. City people are scary. Actually I wouldn't know, I've never been to the city. Or I've never been to a substantially sized city. Not yet anyway. Eventually, presumably. There's really nothing up here. I thought there was something up here, but apparently not, so never mind. We'll go back down. Actually get to the stairs. Pardon me, sir, out of the way, please. You literally just walked through me, didn't you? I can talk to you over here. Busy, busy, busy. There's literally nothing back there, though. Whatever. Now, there is one thing that this game maintains from the original version that's really confusing, and that's down is not always down. Which is very confusing to get used to. Sometimes down is at a slight angle, unfortunately, so it's a little bit of getting used to. Hooray, a ticket. I too have a ticket, therefore I am rich. No, I don't want to talk to you. I want to steal your stuff. Thank you. Hey, dude, friggin' keeps ethers over here. Ethers, I don't know what to call them. I think that's all of the loot that we can get so far. May as well talk to this dude. Peek into the ticket booth. Hello, I have a ticket. What's showing today? Well, we already know what's showing today. Tell me about Alexandria. Oh, who's Queen Brawl? She has a beautiful daughter, Princess Garnet. It's her 16th birthday. Is she really that pretty? What about Queen Braun? Strange things you say. Well, I already know the story, and probably so does everyone else. I'm just doing this for giggles. You know what? We may as well do this too. I usually skip through a lot of this dialogue stuff when I play through the game, and technically I am mostly skipping through it, but you guys can read it. I am also reading it, just I read relatively quickly. Sometimes it takes me ages to read. Romance, my god. Here's my ticket. Apparently it's fake. I always loved that sound effect that plays there. No. And then he'll give us some garbage cards. I think we have 2 Fang cards now, but either way, Alleyway Jack can tell you more about cards if you so desire, but I think we can actually play people. Now, can we win? I highly doubt it. But we can play, and oh, all these cards are awful. I don't remember the real rules of this game, but how do I go left and right? Is it G and H? Yeah. I think I have to take all of them, so. Anyway, this is Tetramaster. Apparently I go first. The battle begins. There's some weird rules that go off in this game with the letter and the numbers and stuff, and there's like certain strengths, and I don't really understand it. What I do understand is that this is not really the card I wanted to play, but I accidentally played it anyway. So there's little, I'll explain this in more detail later when we actually like make a video of just playing this game. So there's little arrows on the edges of the cards, and those are the directions they can attack and defend from. If there's not an arrow there, they get attacked from that side, then they automatically fall. For instance, if I were to take this card and place it here, I would flip that one. Of course, then he flips mine, and then, you know, all is not well. Unfortunately, my cards are really bad, so I can't really do much, as demonstrated thusly. I'm gonna lose this. That should be fairly apparent, to be honest. Because I have no cards that I can put anywhere to do anything, unfortunately. There you go. Woo! I won that card, which did nothing for me. And then they stole my goblin. Which is very rude. But anyway, whoa, frame rate. I've noticed the frame rate dropping sometimes, and I'm not entirely sure why it's doing that. It shouldn't be doing that, but I don't know, whatever. Anyway, here's a dude here. We walk over here, you fall over. Then he climbs down his ladder to call you an idiot, and then climbs back up his ladder. I don't know why he couldn't just call me an idiot from up there, but whatever. Maybe he just likes climbing ladders. It's been a long day. Let me slowly waddle away and keep my ladder here. Are you Alleyway Jack? Yeah, I don't want to though. And he just runs off. Now unfortunately, I'm pretty sure we do have to actually... Under construction. We'll be able to visit that later. We do have to actually become his slave, I'm pretty sure. Otherwise we can't progress the game. I just wanted to show that for no apparent reason. In the meantime, let's do the traditional JRPG task of going into random people's homes and stealing their belongings. As we are wont to do. Literally just we ran up in this person's house, up to their bed, and took 3 gil from them. We're the worst person in the world. I can't play you at cards, I don't have any cards. Dude trying to sneak in. Doesn't apply to you. Hello! Some newfangled mesh-powered ships. True ships are supposed to float. Shiny. This game needs one of those, I forgot what they're called now. Pillows? From FF10. Your kitten Mittens. Okay. I actually have no idea where his kitten Mittens is, just so we're aware. Just so everyone's aware. By the way, this is down. That is up. You see what I mean about the controls being a little bit weird sometimes? They're angled that way so you can get through the maps a little bit easier, so, you know, it's angled with the direction of the map, more or less. It's a thing. Anyway, we can go up here. We can't actually get anywhere without, Dude Man. You find a rope. Yeah, pull the rope. Why not? I think it causes a Moogle to fall out, doesn't it? I thought it did. Apparently not. We just rang the bell for giggles. Anyway, that's where we have to go, but we can't go there without the ladder. And unfortunately, Vivi is not strong enough to carry said ladder. But I think if we run somewhere. I don't remember how to get that dude to respawn. I think we just have to run back into that zone from this side and he'll respawn. Or whatever. I don't know what to call it. I think anyway. Yeah, there he goes. Hello. Well, what do you say? Okay. So we have to stand here and do nothing. Yeah, it's clear. There's a dude that shows up here, who I believe is actually Alleyway Jack, if you're curious. And if you wait for him to walk by, he steals some of your gil. You can see him looking at us. I don't recommend standing around, but you can if you want to. I mean, he doesn't steal very much, and it's the start of the game, so that gil's not worth a whole lot. It's very dangerous. You go first. Okay. I've already been up here. What could possibly... Oh, okay. It's a Moogle. That's Koopo. He's a Moogle. Koopo. Indeed. Pleased to meet you, slave number 1. If you want to save game onto save folder, just ask us Moogles. I understand. The way that's phrased is great. Anyway, he will use his astronomical strength to climb up this ladder with one hand while carrying another ladder with one arm. Or one hand. One arm both ways. I don't know, either way, this dude's got some crazy strength going on. Why that get up? Stillskin is the male Moogle, if I recall correctly, which hopefully I will properly do this time. I'm super lazy about stuff like this. The last 2 times I completely ignored the male. You get some decent stuff out of it, but I'm always so lazy about it. Is that a friend of yours? Yeah, you ordered me up here. I know. Anyway, we're gonna go to Mognet before we go anywhere. I'll tell you about Mognet. Mognet is a mail delivery system. It's a side quest. I want you to help us deliver mail. Well, yeah, sure. I have a favor to ask. I want you to deliver a letter to Monty. Okay. So that should be the only letter they have. I want mail. Yeah. And we're gonna go ahead and save and call this the first video. Let's try and keep them all around the same-ish size. Well, I'll do that. This is my test, by the way. You can tell by the fact that it says testing and I have a billion gil. Anyway, go ahead and overwrite that with our actual save. That's not what I meant to do, but we're gonna save again, just for good measure. By the way, you have 8 billion save slots. I just want to point this out to you. So this is slot 1. You have 15. You have 10 slots, so you have 150 saves. That's way more saves than you really ever need. In fact, I think if you make a different save file for every single Moogle you come across, I'm pretty sure you don't have anywhere near 150 saves. But anyway, that's that. We'll cancel out of the screen, and there's a pause button, but it doesn't actually do anything, by the way. I just want to point that out. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.